Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss about networking module using Terraform. So in the previous session we have discussed about EC2 module and we have stopped networking module. We have created a VPC and subnets having some issue. So I'm going to create public subnets again and public route table, internet gate route table. Uh, so on that, we are going to launch our own EC2 instance. So if you see in the previous session, the variables I just changed. Previously, I have taken 10.0.0. Now I have changed it to 172.32. This is the one change I have done, and because 10.0.0 I have already VPC with the same cider. So let me validate Terraform validate. Validation is success. Now Terraform plan. So plan is done. It's saying that no issues and we can try to apply Terraform. Apply if an auto approve. So it won't ask you a prompt. It will be created directly VPC, main VPC. If you didn't provide any other values, it will take default one. It will be created the Terraform. If you observe, if you refresh, Terraform demo VPC. This is the VPC just now we created. The tag name is Terraform demo VPC. We have given the name of that one. Now we need to create subnet under this VPC. Main create public subnets. So even if you manually created the networking, first we'll create VPC subnets, internet gateway, and public route tables attached to the public subnet and private route table per private subnets. So same way we have followed the same thing, and we'll try to create public subnets. Uh, I have code ready. I just reuse that one and public subnets. This is the block where you have create the public subnets. Basically, we can pass the variables to command prompt. We have passed the subnet IDs instead of putting hard code values. We can directly pass. If it is a single one, single subnet, it is easy. If you have multiple subnets, user how he can pass. So for high availability, each subnet in one availability zone, different availability zones. So here first we will count the length and we can declare the variable public siders. Let me declare the variables pub sider and the default values. So here I can change the value 172 to instead of 10. Now we define the count and we need VPC ID to create a subnets which VPC it is going to be created. So AWS VPC, the main is logical name and the we need ID and availability zone. Um, we are going to be get the availability zone list of availability zones and we are assigning the value. So we can declare instead of availability zones, we need get the data. We need to first fetch the list of availability zones and under that we are assigning the one. So let me create one local variables local.tf. For time being, we can delete this one. So we are getting the list of availability zones and we are assigning the public subnet IDs. And to see this one, we need the output variable. So you can declare output.tf pub side net IDs and VPC ID. So to see the output of the console, we have declare output.variables and we are fetching that subnet IDs. Now cider block, uh, we have declared the variable dot cider and so assigning each one count dot index. First value 0, second one it should be started with 1. So it will be assigning. Now try to validate and try to execute and in the main VPC tags Terraform demo VPC here we have declare output same output dot variable Terraform you have to save validate. It is saying undeclared AWS and not declared in main dot sub IDs. Modules local.tf AWS availability zones. Availability zones local.tf. It is saved as it is data data availability zone. as dot names. Terraform plan. So instead of AZS, directly we can put the value like this. Availability zones. Let's see Terraform validate. VPC ID correct only availability zones. Local dot AZS. Correct only main dot. Where we didn't declare that one. Let me check. Resource is not declared. We haven't any user resource. Data resource. Go to data. Okay. Data.tf. Is there any data.tf? Yeah. So we need to declare output dot. This is we forgot to update. Now if you try to validate, so here we can get the list of availability zones. Now Terraform plan. It is clearly saying that the data resource availability zones are not declared in the module.vpc. Yeah, now it is done. Now Terraform auto apply, auto approve. No, under that VPC, it is going to be created public subnet 1, public subnet 2. So it is done. If you go to that subnets, see public subnet 1, public subnet 2. Uh, so 172.31.24. This is 172.31.24. These two subnets are created. Sub 1 ID, sub 2 ID, because we have given tag here like, so indentation we have applied. So count first value it should be public subnet 0, and we don't need 0, so plus 1 it will be add. Now second one public subnet 2, like this. Now without attaching route table, by default this should be in private. We haven't we haven't created route tables, and we haven't provided internet gateway. So until we have attached to the internet gateway to this public route table, it should be private only. So now we need to create internet gateway. So it is straightforward only. So to create internet gateway, we need VPC ID. So I'll give Terraform. So to create internet gateway, even though we need VPC, so VPC ID we have provided, and if you go to internet gateways, currently we have this many. Now it will be created one more internet gateway. Terraform, if you want to validate our plan, now everything is fine. Now apply auto approve. It is done. We are getting two subnets, and if you refresh, so Terraform public subnet internet gateway demo. This is the one we created. Now we need to create the route tables, public route tables, and attach it to the subnets. Create route table for public subnets. So let me give Terraform, because we have already named with public route table. So I'm giving Terraform public route table. So here resources AWS route table, and we have given the name public and VPC ID, and the routes we are opening to the internet gateway, and the tag we have provided. Terraform plan, route tables. We have already public route tables. Now we are going to be created one more. So now it should be fine. To approve. The name Terraform public route table, it is going to be created. 1 to add, 0 to change, 0 to destroy. So Terraform route table it is created. We don't have any subnet associations. See, if you go to here route tables, route table is created. It is attached to the internet gateway and by default local default VPC. And if you see here subnet associations, we don't have any subnet associations. So these subnet associations we have to do. Subnet associations. Attach public subnets to the public route table. So the resource is AWS route table association public. We have declaring the length local dot pub side is we have already declared pub side IDs, public sub IDs, and route table ID we need. So route table we have already created route table and we need that ID. So AWS route table logical name dot ID. Now plan and apply. This is done. 2 to add, 0 to destroy, 0 to change. Even the same public route table, Terraform public route table, it is going to be attached to subnets, public subnets. See, two public subnets are association. If you go here and subnet associations is done. So we have explicitly subnet association. Now we need to create private route table. Let me create private route table, private subnets, and we can create. Basically, we can create NAT gateway, NAT instance to provide private subnets. So same in the local, we have to get that IDs, private sub IDs. We need to add, and we have to declare the variable private siders. The values is this one. One 172.31 4.0 and 172.35.0. And if you go to the main one, main logic, main, and we have declared the count and the VPC ID and availability zones. Uh, and we have cider block, VPC ciders, and here Terraform. So what Terraform public route tables here private subnet should have public and private subnet and Terraform validate. Validation is success and apply. Basically, what we will do to provide internet gate internet to the private route table private subnets, we will launch NAT instance or NAT gateway in the private route table. So here we will apply the routes to the we'll create the private route table and attach it to the private subnets. Now this is completed. If you see the subnets, it will be created private subnet 172, private subnet 1 172.32.4.0 and private subnet 172.31.5.0.24. It is created. Now same way we have to do, we need to create the route table. We are going to create private route table and we have to do route table association. Terraform private route table and we need VPC ID. Directly I am applying public route table. Same way it is going to be created private route table. Want to add the reference ID. Now if you see Terraform private route table is created. We haven't done that subnet association. We need to do subnet association. So one EC2 we can launch in public, another one we can launch in private. So here AWS route table association name we have given private, length we have declared the length and subnet IDs, private subnet IDs, local dot private subnet IDs and route table ID we need to provide. If you done this one, just validate, plan, now Terraform apply. We are going to add 0 to change, 0 to destroy. If you observe now, the route table association, the private route table, we have two subnet associated explicitly, that is 172.31.0 dot this one and 172.0 dot 4.0 and 5.0. Now VPC module is success. We have created VPC subnets, route tables, internet gateway. Okay. Now we can in this VPC we are going to launch EC2 instance. So if it comes to here and we have EC2 module. So we have given previously the subnet ID and VPC ID a default AWS one. Now we need to use our VPC and subnet where we can create the resource. So for that one to use same VPC, uh, we are telling module.main VPC VPC ID. Even the subnet also same. module.main VPC dot pub side IDs slash 0. Terraform validate, Terraform plan. This everything looks good. Now Terraform to approve. If you go to EC2 instances, it will create EC2 instance and using our VPC ID. Currently, these are the running ones. Using the same ID, it is the subnet ID, public subnet. We are telling to launch and using this keepay and inbound rules open port 80 and port 22. It is done. So it is created EC2 instance demo module. It is still initializing. We have given the name tags. We have given demo. If you comes to here demo module, it is taking this name and it is created the instance. See, if you observe, it is launched in this VPC. Okay, and if you observe the security groups, whatever the ports we have opened, the 84 443 and port 22, it is open, and networking, the public subnet ID, it is created and it is used US East 1A. So that's all about in this session. If you like the video, please share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.